And there we go again, guys. I know it took quite a while, but the patch of Volvo, that was kinda unexpected. We all had to download it, and for some people, the admin for example, it was stuck at like, I don't know, 80% or something. Either way, we are back in the game. Root took their game number 1. They took 2 Rexes really convincingly. I think TC, I had to mention that already in the outro, they did some decisions that were like, I don't know, not very Rex friendly in a way, because they engaged in some fights after the Rex went down, and that with 2 Rex down and the third one, I don't know, almost, yeah, just being the only Rex there after you just lost a Roshan fight against the Aegis, against the Cheese. They GG'd out there because it was very much a fight you, yeah, were just prone to lose. Either way, my name is HeflaTV. You're watching here HeflaTV 1 Root Gaming versus the Thundercats. It's a 2-game series. And yes, I know there was some discussion, what is a 2-game series, what is a best of 2? Best of 2 is just used as a short form of 2-game series, but it's actually not a best of 2, because there is not a best of 2, obviously, as such, because in a best of 3 there's always a winner. In a best of 2 there might be a tie, a draw, however you want to call it, but remember that JDL is not a series where like there's elimination. There's groups, divisions for each and every team, region, etc. And within those groups you gather points. It's like you know it from football or any other sport where there's a league. That's why it's called league, joinDOTA league. Either way, so of course, the best case scenario is you finish your series here with a 2-0, which gives you then 2 points in the group. But of course, the other team has a chance to strike back and make it a 1-1, so it's a tie, and so everybody goes home with 1 point. In the end, of course, the top 3 teams of each division, they have a chance to advance into the next division, just, you know, 1 division higher. This is Division 2, so obviously those teams, they want to be within the first 3 positions just to get into Division 1, play against the big guys. Either way, that's as a short explanation, and now we are coming back to the real Dota. We have Doom, Lycan being banned out just like the last game, and now the Razor being banned out, and the Void. The funny part is Thundercats had Void themselves, but now they don't want to see it, and the Shadow Shaman is being picked first for Root Gaming. So is that another pushing lineup coming? But the problem is, on the other side, we have a Death Prophet, which means also a push hero. So 2 very, very strong and popular pushers after 6.81 coming out as first picks, and the Brewmaster. That means we have already our candidate for safe and mid lane. It is either Death Prophet or Brewmaster in the mid. We saw it today already, where I was totally wrong in the draft, where we saw Death Prophet and Brewmaster. In the end, it was the Death Prophet mid, and the Brewmaster was sent in the off lane because they had another core for the safe lane. It was a very greedy pick, but it worked out, and maybe Thundercats is going for something similar. We have to see how it goes and what they decide to go for, but let's see. Yeah, Gimpy Joe is just saying Gigabyte stuff is showing up on YouTube as casted by Toby and Capitalist, by the way. Yes, it was casted by Toby and Capitalist, but obviously they only have 1 stream. HeflaTV has multiple streams. We have, in summary, actually 3 English streams and multiple casters, not just Toby or Capitalist or both together. And that's why we covered all the other games. That means, like, you can see if you subscribe to HeflaTV on YouTube and to JD, you have pretty much all the coverage of Gigabyte, because some games we were casting, some games were casted by joinDOTA. So that's, okay, clarification for the chat. Either way, we have to look back to the draft. Skywrath Mage is coming out, and I like Skywrath Mage merely for the fact that, yeah, it's a perfect counter against Brewmaster. Like, so often we see Brewmaster being just silenced to death. He's coming in, an instant silence on him, maybe a Shackle, maybe a Hex, and he will die before he gets his really, really dangerous ultimate off, and therefore, yeah, Skywrath Mage, I absolutely like it. Same goes, of course, for any other target, plus the amplifier on the seal makes it really worthwhile picking. Alone, the Ether Shock of the Shadow Shaman will already do quite some heavy damage. Now, second bun stage is on the way, and we have the Witch Dog. That's interesting, to say the least. The Train Protector, like, to be honest, that hero lost so much popularity. Like, I don't know, like, I don't really see a reason to ban Treant Protector anymore, because just a handful of team is still picking Treant Protector, and I don't know. And even then, the Treant Protector doesn't even have a good win rate at the moment, so it's something you can ban, but then again, I mean, you have a Shadow Shaman, for example. That Shadow Shaman with the Rasta wards, it takes off most of the living armor pretty much within one attack animation, and therefore it should be fine. But on the other side, we also got interesting bans. We have the Slark coming out, of course. That's something definitely worth the ban in my opinion. Slark, it has a bit declined as in the rate how often this hero has been picked up. On the other side, it's in my opinion still something worth to ban. And we have a Tinker. A Tinker being banned out as well. I didn't see the Tinker coming, to be honest, but let's see. Because against Death Prophet, the Tinker is not good counter push as such, and I don't know, Brewmaster, it would have been interesting, like a Brewmaster being silenced or Death Prophet being silenced and then all the magical burst by the Tinker would have been kinda interesting. A Wraith King comes out for Thundercats as their third pick. I don't know if that is a farming Wraith King. It might just be Wraith King safe lane, Brewmaster mid, what am I saying? Brewmaster offlane, Wraith King safe lane, Death Prophet mid, and now we're gonna see two supports. But it also might as well be a Wraith King support, and we get an extra offlaner plus a support for the Brewmaster or the Death Prophet on the safe lane. So I definitely like the draft, as in you are really flexible with the laning. And let's see where it goes. On the other side, we have a Clockwork. So I like Clockwork for two facts here. First of all, of course, it is a Clockwork. Nice hookshot initiation, getting solo targets out, etc, etc. It's not the best against Brewmaster, to be honest, because he always gets his ultimate through, even if you have a single assault cuirass, because the attack and the cast animation of the ultimate is shorter than the ticks between assault cuirass. Either way, but I like it, of course, against Wraith King. Wraith King, a hero that relies heavily on mana, his mana pool, because he needs it for his ultimate. So if you get him outside the cogs or bouncing off the cogs, you get some mana burn up. Even in the laning, that might be interesting. So maybe here and there Wraith King is finding himself without the mana for his ultimate and dying. So that's interesting. But besides that, of course, it's a nice offlaner, and we have to see how it ends here, if he gets something. And some people, thanks Mocha Twitch for giving the joinDOTA link to the league and the America division, so people can actually look that up, what I mean with the divisions and the group and stuff and things like that. So yeah, I don't have to explain everything. But yeah, Dazzle. I haven't seen a Dazzle in about 2 months, and that was pretty much 6.8 times. Before that, if you guys remember, we had we had so many Dazzle, what did we see? Dazzle Slaughter combination and Dazzle Centaur combinations. It was quite sick, to be honest. And I don't know, then 6.8 came, 6.81 A and B, and from there on Dazzle just declined. Also because, like, whenever people saw Dazzle being picked, like Axe was, for example, a counter pick. The good thing is here, I don't think we're gonna see an Axe coming out here of Root Gaming, but let's see, it might be still an option. It's quite nice to have an X against the Shallow Graves. But Viper getting banned out, and on the other side something is coming. But before that, Morphling is of course worth to mention here. Is the core for Root Gaming. He needs quite some babysitting and everything, but of course, with the Skyrev Mage, for example, roaming, the seal on it, plus the waveform, it's a 400 damage nuke on 4 points, I think. Actually, no, it's a 325 nuke. So, but still, it's definitely nice to have, and makes also the Morphling really dangerous, especially for low HP targets. But still, he needs quite some farming here, that's for sure. And yep, they take quite their time to pick the 5th one, and I'm just laughing a bit because some German guy in the chat said, like, if I'm still like done with only playing Tidehunter, because one day on my stream, on my private stream, I was just playing Tidehunter. The other day I was actually playing only Death Prophet, and that's why I like Death Prophet so much, because Death Prophet is like a guaranteed win in pubs if you get it through properly. I think I had like a 90% win ratio on my Death Prophet. It's pretty fun. By the way, if you guys want to see me curse and rant and almost break my keyboard and mouse and whatsoever, you can also follow me on the HeflaTV stream. That's where I like stream my private games. It's noob MMR. It's very low MMR. It's just 4 point something, 4.3, 4, 5, something like that in that region. It's really low, but still, it's fun to watch because I'm getting really mad on my teammates and stuff like that. But either way, Batchrider is the last ban on Root Gaming's side, so they don't want to have this, but they were not even interested in it. So Thundercats actually, they go for the triple core thing. This is a farming Ember, Death Prophet, Brewmaster in the offlane, and a support Wraith King with a Dazzle. That would be my assumption now. It has to be. It has to be. Yep, it has to be that way. So this is gonna be a tri-lane with the Ember, Brewmaster offline, and the Death Prophet. It's quite funny to see this development in the Dota scene. That, like, if you guys remember, like alone 3 months ago, we only had Voids if picked. Then in the safe lane to get them fast XP and everything. Now people are like, oh, come on, let's just send him into the offlane and just get level 6, and with the Chrono we just do the job. For the Brewmaster we had pretty much the same. When the Brewmaster was so popular after the patch, like, he was put in mid all the time and sometimes even in safe lane. Now even more and more teams start to say like, hey guys, just put that Brewmaster in the offlane and he gets level 6. Whenever he is level 6, he starts rotating. Ultimate is, for example, on a support almost a guaranteed kill unless you do some miss micro or some support is coming around, or heals are there, or stick charges whatsoever. But mostly, if without crazy help, it's mostly a guaranteed kill. But either way, whoa, look at this. Tony is coming out. Mr. Tony. He doesn't have a Wisp support, but who needs Wisp support nowadays on a Tiny? It's gonna be a farming Tiny. To be honest, I really wish we would have seen a Wisp here. That would have been much more interesting. But either way, guys, look at it. I'm switching the overlay. Now I even swap into the right HUD. Yes, there we go. And now we're gonna introduce the teams again to see what's going on. We have Lycos this time, not on the DK, we have him on the Morphling, Tulara playing the Clockwork. He was the Razor before, if I'm not mistaken. Your boy JC on the Shadow Shaman, Flying Zebra, playing the Skywrath Mage. And last but not least, here in this gang crew is Tubby the Fat Tony. Actually, I love this name, Tubby the Fat Tony. Or Tubby the Tony, that would be TTT. Also not bad name. Either way, Crystalid is playing the Dazzle here on the other side ceiling. From Earthshaker to Wraith King he changed. Reality from Quap to Ember. And I think we're gonna have the first engagement here. This is really dangerous. This is so dangerous. The cogs are out. Oh my god, Crystalid is in. They're going already for the cogs, but oh my god, the stuns and the right clicks are coming. But now the chains, maybe they're gonna turn it around. They focus here on the Tiny, but they're not getting it through. There is more missing now. The Morph is slowed. He has to go into strength already now. There's even another slow. The right clicks coming through. Is there another? There is not another chains, another stun, another thunderclap. Something is missing. They couldn't follow up. I mean, the damage is still done. They have to use a lot of regeneration to get through all this, but the problem is still the first blood goes to Root Gaming. That was not a good idea at all to go with the Dazzle in front and tank it all away. Like, he could have been needed in the background to actually get a Shallow Cray through. But a nice start here for Root Gaming, and either way, I wasn't done with completely introducing it. I think I was at Reality from Quap to Ember Spirit, and now we have Jay on the Death Prophet, and the one who was missing was DK. Yes, he's gonna play the Brewmaster in the offline. So that's it. All people introduced. The first blood was already there before the 0-second mark, and it's Morphling Ember in the mid, a safe lane Death Prophet, but look, they already lack a lot of XP here. 2 creeps are already down for each wave, and the Clockwork is actually gonna be fast there. Look at the movement speed of a Death Prophet without the race car build. But what is... Whoa. He's not even making it to the rest of the creep wave, so that's quite some XP lost already for him. And let's see. DK is as such happy because the creep wave was really pushing, but the problem is now he's getting a double creep wave towards the tower. But at the side, at least he managed to get some of the XP. But now there might be actually shackles. No, they just go for the right clicks on him. That's pretty much it. But at least he's able to soak that XP up, and that's the good thing. He went for the haze, for the drunken brawler, I mean, and yeah, that gives him at least some guaranteed miss here and there. But still, he's still vulnerable against the arcane bolts coming out by the Skyref Mage. But then again, Skyref Mage, he still needs, yep, quite some time till he is level 2, since they are on a tri-line. But of course, Tubby, the Fat, he is really happy on this lane. That was a double creep wave coming his way. He's 7-1, missing some CS here though, but oh, missing even the second one. Nevertheless, he got the XP and it's all good. The guy who fed the first lane, Kiilstofte here, he's looking for Clockwork, but he's hiding on the side. Almost level 2, he just dinged, and yep, the Depth Prophet now also being level 2, so he finally made it to his lane. In the mid, the Ember Spirit, like, he's getting his bottle pretty much soon. Yes, there is the Courier. Wait, the Courier, what did I just say there? Never mind. So yeah, with that bottle, he definitely has some sustain in the mid. We have pretty much the same for the Morphling, so bottle is just arriving pretty much at the same time for both people. Like, the Morphling actually should have had like a small advantage just for the fact that he was involved in that first blood, if I'm not mistaken, but still, they get it at the same time. And Morphling, on top of it, he is even getting a regeneration rune. That is not too bad for Morphling, because you can spam 2 waveforms and then go yep, go for a regeneration rune. The funny part is now the Skyref Mage actually tried to harass a bit the Panda, but instead he got a Thunderclap in. But now, of course, the Skyref Mage just pushing all of his mana into the Panda, and then maybe later using the Clarity. Yes, now he's just using the Clarity, staying in the background, getting the full regeneration out of it in the mid. Oh, look at this. This is exactly what I meant. The wave is coming out. He might actually wait for the normal mana regeneration, the 0.9 mana per second. No, actually he's using the regeneration right now. And let's see, they're still doing here and there some side pulls, but Tubby's now also going a bit aggressive under the tower. Is that something? Do they want to go for something? Yes, they got him here, and now they have also the toss combination. This is definitely enough. This is a kill for Root. And yeah, Skyref Mage here, the Flying Zebra, is getting the kill. It's actually funny, Flying Zebra, the name, plus he's actually playing a flying hero. So, yeah. In the mid, we had just chains on the morph, but he's like, yep, getting just waveformed out, and that's it. Both just upgraded their courier at the same time, but oh, we have a go here. Tubby the Fat. But there is the slow, and that interrupts the clarity. He needed 5 more mana for the stun. This is really unfortunate. With that stun on the Skyref Mage, they would have gotten the kill here on Tubby, and Tubby decides to go back, or at least go closer to his bottle. Maybe that's a complete retreat into the fountain, and then just come back with a TP. But of course, that time will be used by the supports to just get some experience up. I'm just checking if everything is fine. Yeah, this time it does. Oh, my hardware. But oh my god, there's the stun, there's the thunderclap here, and your boy JC, he's getting the Shackle out, but in the end he's still gonna die. But now they have to trade the tower aggro. Yes, they do. So Salen is not dying, because these next tower hits, they would have done it. But now we have an invisibility rune here on Kiilstofte. Maybe now the follow-up slow. No, from the behind, the Skyref Mage is coming in. But now with the chains, with the heal, perfectly done. He did not expect this Dazzle being here invisible. So yeah, easy kill for TC. It's the second one. Each time they just snacked away a support. The Wraith King is on the way back to the fountain, getting full HP. But yeah, it works out 2-2 here in the 5th minute. It's all good. It's looking good for both teams. You can't really complain. There is now JC. JC is rotating in. Shackles is coming out, and there we have the Cogs with the Assault. Yes, and that should be it. Or no, there's the Shallow Grave. He still makes it out, and the rocket already has been used. No, the last hit, no, but wonderfully used salve. But he has to be careful because of the rocket. The rocket has to guess where it is. He still has 7 seconds, but now Kiilstofte chased by JZ, who's doing this race. Oh my god, he's blocked in. So many creeps. He can't go out. He can't go out. That poor little Rasta. Hayataya is going down. Where's the rocket? The level 1 rocket not being used. Jay, he can't show himself, because if he shows himself, then I don't know. And the funny thing is, they I was so scared. They both think it's really funny, but yeah, it was actually funny. Like, the creeps positioning themselves in all 3 holes. Like, here were creeps, and there were creeps. Like, in all 3 positions, nothing to escape for the poor Rasta. So in the end they die. We actually had Tubby here coming from the safe lane, saying hello in the mid, but no, it was not enough for Ember kill. He's TPing back to the fountain and using the Remnant, being back there. There we go. Yes, and he's of course full with mana and HP, as well as a full bottle. That's the good part about the Ember. Very mobile on this. And also the Wraith King now finding here and there some experience, which is of course good. He was also involved in 2 kills already. He got almost solo XP on that Rasta one, and he's almost level 6. Level 6 is of course kind of needed, so he makes sure that he has his ultimate as a backup. But now, oh well, Flame Guard, level 4 build. It's quite interesting, but it doesn't help you against physical damage, of course. So the tower is still going through. The right clicks of Morph is still going through it, and well, let's see. Maybe we have, I don't know. Salen still needs his level 6. Oh, but we have a go here. Reality came in, but he has no remnants left, and the waveform in the mid is just finishing the business. That is, of course, too bad. That is really too bad. So he kind of gave up his mid. So far it was relatively equal, especially because he got this freebie on the Skyrev Mage, but now, of course, the Morph has definitely a small advantage in the mid lane. That's how it goes. Mid lane is very, very sensitive when it comes to rotations like this. But let's see. I mean, I'm wondering when we have the level 6 coming out, because it's really, really needed now. There is a nice stun here on Tolara. If he uses Cogs, that might be a bad setup. Is there another stun? There is another stun. They will get this kill, the Cogs, but they don't even need the next Crypt Swarm. Just having the right click of J is enough. So he's going down, and that also means level 6 for both of them. So we have Exorcism coming out soon, but oh, he's not even going for it. Oh, he didn't pick it up yet. I don't know. Wait, free and free. No, he did not pick up Exorcism. That's the funny part. I thought actually with the first Exorcism we already see some push on a tower happening, but no, it's not happening. So he's going for level 7, which is also not that far away, but I think at level 7 he's gonna pick it up, or maybe another point in Crypt Swarm, who knows, maybe that's the new meta on the Death Prophet, I don't know. He's level 7 and no, he puts another point in Crypt Swarm. No Exorcism. Okay, full value. Oh, but we have the stun and everything on the Panda, but he gets his ultimate off. Now there's the Boulder Toss, as well as all this burn damage on the poor Tubby guy. Now Cyclone on the Skyrev Mage, who is following the clockwork, gets the second Boulder Toss out. There is unfortunately no level 6. Now he's level 6. There is, if he wants to, and if he has vision. But oh my god, the Cogs actually doing quite some nice bursts. But there might be now. There's the slow. There's the second stun. The second stun is coming out. No, not yet, because he is getting silenced and slowed. So he might actually make it out. Oh, new Cogs would be available. Tubby is also there. The entire thing might get turned around now. The clockwork has not a free space to actually turn it around. And now silence on the Wraith King. And do we have Cogs? Yes, we have Cogs, and 2 of them are inside. But well, 2 are already down. This heal, just amazing. The Panda going down this time. But the Crypt Swarm finishing off here. It's a 3-for-1 trade so far. Even with the Morphling, they can't really do anything now. There is even a stun on the Morphling. A new Crypt Swarm. He is trying. He's really, really trying. He has another waveform. He's getting out with it. And Ember Spirit also gets a kill on the Skyrev Mage. This was a horrible, horrible fight for Root Gaming. It looked so good, but to be honest, I think they should have given the Clockwork a free vision for the hookshot instead of all going in. In the end, they ended up with 2 heroes, with 2 enemy heroes in the Cogs, and the heals of the Dazzle, they just bounced off all 2 of them. This is a level 3 Shadow Wave. It is physical damage. That's 120 damage times 2. So the nuke alone from the Dazzle was worth 240 damage on each hero. That sums up to 480. And yeah, the only negation you have against this kind of damage is armor, but like, I mean, the armor is not that great. Tiny has level 1 armor, and the Clockwork, who was also in there, has level 3 armor, so that's not too much reduction. That's 17% on free armor for the Tiny. That's just 8% reduction against this Shadow Wave. So it was really an awkward fight for them, but of course, the game is not over. We are swapping to net worth, and look at the graphs. The first time, 11 minutes in, we have 3k experience advantage now for TC, and when it comes to gold, 1500. After Root had actually a decent start. Up till this fight, it was very decent, but with this fight, they took a horrible, horrible stand. But now, oh my god, he is in the Cogs, and he's gonna die. But the Mystical Flare here on reality, Oh, well, the Flame Guard, he absorbed the initial damage, but in the end, it still got through. Stalin has a problem, though. He's gonna get, yeah, tossed in the air and stunned. His ultimate, it's level 1. Does he get away? The shackles are coming. We still have a stun. The avalanche hitting actually onto... There is the grave. And oh my god, from the side, Reality is coming back. He was even trying to get Tubby there, but... No, it doesn't hit. It's only a level 1 Sleight of Fist. It's enough for the support kill, and at least for 200 seconds, the ultimate of the Skyref Mage. Ugh, what am I saying? Skyref Mage. I have something today in my brain that lets me say... Every time I see a Wraith King, I say Skyref. Either way, the Wraith King, 260 cooldown, and therefore it's all good, because now they know in 260 seconds we can still go for a kill on him whenever he shows now. Nevertheless, the fight overall was still better for TC. They got some damage on the tier 1 tower, they got the kill on the clock, they got the kill on the Rasta, and they got all out. And that's the important part. So far, the farming really on their side. The only one who's actually keeping up with the farm, because he had a nice mid lane and also a kill on the Ember, was really... Oh, now, maybe on the Ember. Is there a shackle? No! The ward's coming out, but there was the hookshot. The hookshot was missing. He should have done a ranged, a melee hookshot and then the shackles, but now those wards are used for nothing. Poor little Rasta. Like, this is really not a good Rasta performance and clock performance we've seen today here by Root. Like, in the first game, they did so well in the execution, but to be honest, like, that fight top, we also had like some strange movement by the Clockwork, or the team rather, but now there's a Blink Dagger here on Tubby, but he wants to go in. There's a weave coming out, and with that weave they just go back. Minus armor. Look at this. Tiny having no armor whatsoever. Like -6, and it's still ticking so much. Like, at the moment he has physical damage resistance -33, -38, and that's it. No, wait, it's still ticking. -14, -15. Weave is such a crazy ability if you think about it. I actually saw in 6.8, like, when the Dazzle was still popular, I even saw Dazzles with the Arcanum Scepter. It's pretty much crazy. But now, in the mid, there we have to go. He's silenced, Shackle, Mystica Flare. Nothing will save you from this. This is also a killing spree going their way. It's a 424 value kill. Yep, definitely nice. Now, maybe on the Death Prophet we have a go. No, Tubby is just farming, but... Maybe we have a push in the mid, but it also doesn't seem like it, because unfortunately the Rasta wards, of course, still on cooldown, because they use it for that fail gank in the mid. It's a fighting Death Prophet, they said in the chat. Now, actually, he's not just going for the crypt, or he finished his crypt spawn build as well as the witchcraft 4 points in. But now with level 9, he was picking up the ultimate. So now we actually have an exorcism if we want to. But I'm still not a friend of it, because if you imagine that fight top, for example, just imagine him just 1 point less in the crypt swarm, or even better, just 1 point less in the witchcraft, and still having the exorcism. Like, it would have done, I think, a lot more damage than the Crypt Swarm powered up than even by the Witchcraft. So I'm not quite sure. Actually, I mean, this build turned out quite well for them, but then again, he also lost his pushing potential for the tier 1 tower bottom, which he could have gotten with that level 1 in my opinion. But maybe here... Do we have a go? Is there a melee hookshot? Yes, there's a melee hookshot, and now they go for it. But he is healed. There's also a weave up, and now they just turn it around. Minus armor on him as well as the medallion. And oh my god, the DK. DK is coming in as well on his Brewmaster. Thunderclap is all he needed on the Rasta. Plus, the exorcism is taking care of the tower. And with this little snowball rolling here, they can go into the tier 2 tower. Look at the duration. It still has a bit... like a third duration left. They're gonna get so much damage on that tier 2. No cliff used, and Root is not even in range of the tier 1 tower yet. They couldn't chip that away, so if you sum this up, this was an amazing fight. 2 kills, 2 towers, you couldn't ask for more. Now the rotations are coming. We actually have Reality now coming in here. There is a replicate now heading towards the tier 1 tower on the other side, but with this rotation, with the smoke rotation, oh god, they're gonna find them. They're gonna find them. This is not Chubby, this is a replicate. Oh, he actually replicates out directly into the Dazzle, but now the ultimate, Flying Zebra, he's down for sure. Jay is gonna take care of it with the next Crypt Swarm. Yeah, there we go, and now he's following here the Tubby's Cyclone on him. Morphling, actually he found a Haste Rune, but I don't know, do they go for it? Because Panda ulti is already running out. They go for the tower. The cliff being used. Maybe they actually try to get a turnaround here. Maybe a nice engagement. He could blink in for a nice stun. And look at this. All of them are stunned. And the waveform on 2 as well. The ultimate of the Rev King, of course, helping him for now. But the problem is, oh, maybe. No, it's not enough. But in the background, we had the Ember Spirit, but he's also dying. He didn't get that kill. Now we maybe have a turnaround here on Tubby, but there's a nice new avalanche. But oh god, with all these buybacks, look at this. Brewmaster buying back, Dazzle buying back, and Ember Spirit buying back. This was 3 buybacks. They want to keep the momentum, and with this momentum and with the cooldowns we have right now, look at it. There's the Exorcism. So I think these buybacks are really tactical, like, how can you say it in English properly? Tactically smart buybacks, I guess. Because with these buybacks, they can just, yeah, get the tier 2 tower after the tier 1, even though the fight was just horrible, like absolutely horrifying for them. But they can go for Roshan, and with all this minus armor, oh actually, wait, no, the weave was just on them, and the medallion is on the other side. But either way, Roshan on half HP, but now we're gonna see a Roshan fight here, and a big one. Where's the hook shot? Where's the blink? Where's the blink? Oh my god, we have... Oh, there's a nice double silence here. One is already down, the Rasta, and the problem is the Rev King. This time, he doesn't have his ultimate. Jay is already on the way, retreating. Lycos, I don't know, he's going for something else, but Crystalid is really... Is he trying to do something more? Maybe there's no interrupt on the clockwork. He's just going out, like, in midst of everything but Tiny. He got Jay here, and he also uses the second point in Grow. That means, yeah, more right clicks coming, but also slower hitting. But let's see. Oh, he's coming in there. And now, oh my god. He's actually getting tossed. He tosses the Brewmaster away, but that doesn't mean he survives. He's also dying in the end. But look at Roshan. They sneak away Roshan. So Root is still saving the Roshan for them. And that all just for the cost of a Tiny who just killed the Death Prophet before. In the end, I have to admit, I lost count. Usually I have a... Oh god, that was also a nice Mystical Flare here on the Ember Spirit. But yeah, I lost count on how many people died there. But in the end, the fact is, like, TC still got a 7 kill advantage, and Root secured Roshan. So it's kinda... Yeah, going both ways here. It was a very interesting fight. Interesting that TC wanted to go directly in with all their buybacks popping out there. And I think it's time... I mean, I want to wait a couple more seconds till the graphs are actually updating. Wait, which... Oh, actually, it's updated, yep. This was the last kill here on the Fat Tiny. And we have a 2.5k lead still on TC, but they lost. They lost from 5k downwards. And when it comes to gold, they still have a decent lead, but I mean, here we had the buybacks. These were the buybacks, and these were the not so fortunate fights, plus the Roshan going the other way. So, in summary, here after the Roshan, they lost a bit in gold, but still, even with the buybacks, they have a decent lead. But whoa, the Ember Spirit in mid, just exploding. He went there for the Morphling, but instead, he just died, and that means they get the tier 1 tower. Oh wait, everybody's just going back, stopping to hit the tower. Oh my god, what they're doing? They're not getting the last hit on that tower. I don't know what that was, but... Oh my god, the hook shot! The hook shot hitting actually on Jay here. He's alone in there, and Toppy is coming in, tossing him in the air, plus the avalanche. That's an easy kill here on Jay, but I really don't know why they gave that tower away in the mid. There were 3 people that could have secured that tower, even with, of course, the chance that maybe the Panda is initiating, but then again, you were still outnumbering them. Maybe you would have sacrificed a Rasta for it, but if you count everything together, like a tower taken instead of denied for a Rasta who is like 200 gold instead of 200 gold for the entire team, I think that would have been a sacrifice you can make anytime. But now, let's see, maybe we have a go here on reality. He has to be fast on his remnant button. Tubby, he's already looking. He's looking, he really wants that. He really wants that. Maybe with the Ember Spirit. Oh, there it is. He's directly next to a wall. But now the Avalanche is coming, tossing. Unfortunately, not tossing the Ember. He was tossing an illusion. And therefore, I don't know. Nice ward here, by the way. I like this ward just being planted there. Definitely awesome now. Oh my god, the Clockwork is trying to do something. But oh, reality running against doesn't really matter. Ceiling just caught up with him, and now, I don't know, he is using the hook shot. There is no assault on, unfortunately. The assault also makes it a lot harder sometimes to chase the target. Doesn't really matter. 2 of them are down, and I don't know, my mouse is just dying. Now my mouse is back. I don't know what that is. My mouse is really making weird stuff today. And sometimes it's just offline for a couple of seconds and then it's coming back. And no, I'm not using a wireless mouse. But yes, I have to buy a new one, unfortunately. More money to spend. I'm just so poor. Either way. 2013, 21 minutes. You see the net worth. This game could still go either way. But I think when it comes to pushing and everything, TC still has an advantage. But then again, the Ember died quite a lot, and he's still like 22 minutes in mid. He still doesn't have the Battle Fury because he died quite often now. Oh, that gets interesting now. Oh, there's instant stun on the Morph. Does he have a Replicate somewhere? Oh, he's not getting stunned, but oh, nice. Tubby coming in. He's getting 1 down, but he's paying instantly for it. But Saline, he's tanking it all away because he has ultimates now. Everybody is slowed now. Nice Cox again, pushing Reality twice, even maybe 3 times. But now he's stunned again by Saline. There's a nice double thunder. Oh, that mystical, that mystic flare, that did hurt so much. So he's definitely going down, and the other one, yeah, Crystallet is dying. In the end, we only have Ceiling. Is there a hookshot available or anything like that? No, he's TPing out. They're definitely not gonna get him, but who would have thought that this fight is going in this convincing fashion here, like, to Root? I mean, Tubby died, but he used his buyback, instantly came back to the tier 2 tower, so was part of that fight again. But yeah, it was almost a full team wipe, and they got the ultimate down of the Wraith King. It's just 160 seconds now, but still, it is a cooldown, and therefore, you just don't want to have it. Root got, like, someone is explaining why Root is not doing so well, even though after this last fight we can pretty much erase that comment right now. They got distracted by the update. They were hoping for the happening. That's a nice comment, but here in the mid, do we have something? There was actually a blink forward. The stun is hitting, but Sailing, he has to be careful. Oh god, he's getting pushed up now with the seal and everything. He has still cooldown on his ultimate. That was, like, these cogs, they're so awesome. Like, I don't think he planned on that, but the cogs were here, and he just got pushed up by this. Like, damn, what is with... My god. My hotkeys for the Fog of War not working. The update just ruined my hotkeys. That is not funny. Have to set them up again after stream. Either way, but yeah, what a nice kill on the Wraith King. But at least he has now time in the fountain to regain his ultimate. Still 40 seconds, but yeah, we have to actually look again in the crafts for a longer look like this. TC is now losing step by step their advantage, even though after this last fight I actually thought maybe more of a drop there, but only for 2k. But look at the experience. After this top fight, they are losing almost 7.5k experience. That's sick. Now, like his man fighting with a DK with DK here, but I don't know. You definitely not gonna win against this. Like, no chance. With the waveform, with the adaptive strike, it's a lot of burst on you. Maybe with the ultimate, but then of course you never know if the Morphling has a replicate somewhere on the map, so you can just replicate out as soon as you use your ultimate. But now they want to go on Tolara. There it is. Oh, again, the cogs, pretty nice. But from the other side, Ceylon is there. His ultimate is up, so even if he would die, like, oh my god, chains, everything on cooldown. He's just TPing out. It's just amazing. It's just amazing. Here, I think they should have waited a bit, because it's the second time he does that he's just counting. He's just counting how many stuns are there. Can I TP out? Is there any other interrupt? But there was not, and therefore easy going. Like, when Reality was on the other side, maybe he could have followed up, waited for the chains to come online again. So if he's trying to, then use the chains against the TP. But yep, that requires all some nice execution and being aware of the fact that, yeah, he could just TP out if he wants to. But I didn't expect that. Either way, we have a smoking here, and they're gonna find Dollara. But again, Cox coming out. 2 of the Brewlings inside, but oh, the Brewlings getting healed and so much damage, as well as, of course, the rest. The burn is gonna get him down. I don't know, are they engaging? There is a slow here on JC, but he's disjointing it in the end. I don't know, they're just retreating, and the Panda ulti, it stops here. They should have to be careful though, because Tubby has a double damage rune, and a Tiny with a double damage rune, it's not fun. Look at these numbers, 224, 227, he's hitting like a truck, like a real fat truck. I mean, he's Tubby the Fat after all, and now if he blinks in, just that right click should have gotten the Dazzle, and oh my god, they found Celine. He's gonna die twice here if there's not any help coming. There's a silence. The silence can help them. Maybe there's a stun now coming up, but I don't think they can turn it around. No, it's just enough for a standoff. It's another 160 seconds cooldown, and Tubby finds him with the avalanche. They decided to go back, but there's the stun, and there's also, yeah, he managed it. I don't know, this decision came really late of Root. They're trying to blink after him, but I think they could have committed. It was 3 versus 2, and a Tiny with a double damage rune. I think that was a fight to take, a fight they could have won any day, but they were like really hesitant. They went back, and then was like, Tubby was like, hey guys, why not fighting this? Why not fighting this? I mean, we got all our spells, we got Mystical Flare, we got Stun, Avalanche, Toss. Why not fighting? But by the time they decided to fight, they were already on retreat, and also nice play coming out here by Celine. Like, not to mention, he has also the Blade Mail, so when he has Blade Mail up, you don't want to hit as a Tiny with a double damage, because you really hurt yourself more than you do on him. Even if you get the kill there, the follow-up kill is just very likely. But now, maybe they're gonna find Decay here. Oh no, they're just blinking out, but maybe he's blinking in. But no, he's not. He's doing the haze though on the Skyriff, and now, oh, they're chasing. They really want to. The drums being used, and oh, Flying Zebra. You're so dead. You're so dead. This wasn't really funny. Like, so many blings and remnants and everything. And now, yeah, Exorcism being used. They go for Roshan. Morphling in the meantime gets a tier 2 tower, so that's like a nice little light on the horizon for them at the moment. But still, like a Roshan for a tier 2 tower, it's a questionable trade. And also Tolera now in a position where, I don't know, you don't want to be. Maybe hookshot slash the ages? No, it's not gonna happen. He's gonna retreat. There's also gonna be a regeneration rune now for DK. Lycus doing some damage on a tier 2 tower. The stun is coming out by Celine, but of course the Lincoln Sphere on the Morphling is just gonna absorb it. And yep, they get out with the Roshan, and who actually got the Aegis? Yes, it is the Ember Spirit who got it. And now Ember Spirit being caught here, but of course he has chains, he has everything. Oh, the hookshot! He's getting quite low, to be honest. And now if Tubby finds him, yes! Perfectly done, and look at this! This is the highest Aegis of all times. But of course he's back. 2 remnants in the background, chains on the Morphling, and I don't know, the Brewmaster, yep, is still, oh god, hitting Tolera with the burns. Maybe it deny, oh, too bad. The Neutrals really tried, but now a silence here on the Dazzle, and they just kill him. But as long, yep, along with the Skyriff Mage, now Jay-Z also being stunned next to the Master Open Wards, and well, they get another kill. And here there's the toss of DK, and DK, oh, getting shotgun, but it's not enough with the Avalanche. It will be enough. It is a 2-for-1 trade. It's actually a 3-for-3 if you take the Aegis discount pretty much in there. But still, now they want to farm those Master Open Wards. He's waiting. Morphling, there's the toss. Where's the waveform? Yes, beautifully done. Like, beautifully done. Also, Satan has to be careful, but his ultimate is ready if he wants to. Are they chasing this? The Blink Dagger is there. 3 seconds. This buyback is Lycus morphing full in strength, but waveform up. Are there chains? Anything? No, he's just TPing out. Beautifully done. Also, Tubby made it out. So in the end, to be honest, I really think Root just made a better fight there. Aegis removed, buyback on the Ember without a follow-up kill. Like, the wards didn't get fully farmed up, they got the kill on the Ember. Like, they traded fairly even. Like, this fight, in my opinion, was really Root's fight. Absolutely. And what an amazing game, I have to say. Like, both teams, like, you don't see crazy super mistakes, and you see awesome plays. Like, the teams are fully aware of what cooldowns are there, what cooldowns are down, and yeah, we saw it of Clockwork, we saw it now of Morphling, and yeah, they both teams play really focused, and everything is possible in this game. And how we are standing with the crafts, putting some numbers on what I just said, like Root, yeah, they're gaining more and more experience as well. Like, they were already almost at the 7.5 mark, but now it declined a bit. But as soon as this is getting updated, I'm pretty sure they're like again on their way to the 7.5 mark. When it comes to gold, TC had all the time the lead, which is explained, of course, by having 5 goddamn towers and the other one being like already a third chipped away. But then the Morphling with some split push, with the fights and everything, I don't know, they lose a lot of gold. Here they gain a bit again because this is Roshan plus a relatively even trade. But of course it was also, yeah, by using the buyback on the Ember Spirit, which is quite costly. So yeah, this is fairly even. 2.5k at 30 minutes, guys. This can turn around with just in a blink of an eye without any problem. Just one team fight, 1-2 pickoffs, a split push tower or anything like that, and this is all turn around. I mean, look at Morph. Morph is saying hello, even looking for ethereal play target, like someone to shotgun down. And to be honest, like there are still some targets that have to fear the shotgun. For example, the Dazzle. But of course, Morphling also has to be careful. There is, yep, he's just replicating out. There was the silence from the back. There was the Wraith King. The problem is also you need a double stun to actually stun the Morphling now because of the Lincoln. So the the Wraith King is not enough anymore. The best case scenario would really be the Brewmaster with the Haze removing the Lincolns, or of course the Poison Touch. These two spells is something you definitely want. Or maybe we even have the Kiilstofte could also be used to remove the Lincolns and then the stun following up. So they have 3 quite convenient and not so mana intense spells or items to remove that Lincoln Sphere. So Lincoln Sphere helps, but of course they have to commit quite a lot for it though. What? Someone Someone in chat is really mad on the Ember. Oh, but the Ember actually might get a kill here on Lycus. He has no replicate up there. He's silenced. There are no chains on him, so in the end they can't really get him. The Morphling just having too much HP, and now these chains they hit, but there is a rotation coming from the side. Mystical Flare, level 2, and of course Arasta, who is there with a dagger, which means nice initiation. The Ember Spirit really has to be careful. There is a remnant here in the side shot, but to be honest, this is a remnant I would not take if I was in his position. If he comes up there, there's 4 people waiting for him. At the same time, we have Toloraj. He's just farming a bit jungle here and there. It's all good, but it looks like they really want to use that smoke. The problem is smoke is running out. They put still an observer board here, so nice vision in all the direction here. They know exactly what's in and out rotating. But let's see. The Ember Spirit in the mid. He really has to be careful. There's a blink by the Rasta. Do they see them? It's daytime. So daytime, a lot of vision of course for both teams. But let's see. The Morphling, this time with a replicate. He can start. Yep, there's a shotgun here on the Morphling, but instant heal in the background. There's the Dazzle, so he doesn't have to fear anything. But you saw it, like the shotgun alone, and this was not even full into agility or anything like that. That was just like a normally balanced morphed. Oh yeah, he's gonna replicate out after that wave. But still, like the adaptive strike with the shotgun, still doing like half of the HP of the Ember. So in the future, if that morph is ever coming with like a full agility one, I don't want to be there. I don't want to be shotgunned. This is gonna hurt. It really is gonna hurt. But now what I like, of course, is also Satan has a point, or reached a point in the game where he can really transition into, oh, there's a stun, maybe a blink. No, he doesn't get the blink off. He's actually there, and now he's, of course, just getting silenced. He's dying at least once, if not even twice. This is number 1. But I don't know, the timing with the Mystical Flare, he's interrupted. Yes, the Mystical Flare interrupting it, perfect timing. This Mystical Flare made it impossible for him to blink out right after, even if you shift blink out of this. Like the Mystical Flare ticks are so fast. There are actually some of the auras and some of the AoE spells that are like where the ticks, like you Midnight Pulse, for example, and Mystical Flare, they tick really fast, while there's other abilities where the dagger doesn't get disabled because there's time between each and every tick, so you have a chance to actually blink, like shift dagger out of it, but against the Mystical Flare, no chance. So this really hurts. I was just about to say he's at the point in the game where he can transition into more and more damage, but of course, losing his ultimate, he was not level 16. That's the sad part about it. He was almost level 16. Look at this. This is pretty much like if he would have farmed those ancients completely here, he would have been level 16, but he didn't even get them. Oh my god, Skywrath Mage just getting a kill here on the Ember Spirit again. They just made this silence initiation, or I don't know, the Rasta initiated, but well, I did not expect the Ember to die that fast now. Maybe they go for Lycus, but Lycus now also with the Manta. This is really bad because, to be honest, the only thing that's really disabling the morph at the moment is the silence of the death prophet. But now that he has Manta, he can get out of that silence anytime he wants to, and this makes him so dangerous. Now also with the Manta, like we saw the morph split pushing all the time, and with the Manta, of course, that's also one more possibility to just go for it. Go in there, some clicks on a tower, replicate out, just use your replicate to get the hell away. And oh, Sailing, he still has cooldown, but Morphling? No. He doesn't want to commit to this, even though there would not have been any backup. Like, he could so go for this. Tiny farming even the enemy ancients. He has like 2 scary illusions. Remember, like the Aghanis bonus, it goes on towers, and look at this. This is just illusions hitting a tower. It's quite some damage, and if he micros them, no, he doesn't micro them, unfortunately. But so 1 illusion down, but the creeps now chipping away as well as the illusion still hitting. And yep, the tower, just by creeps and tiny illusions, losing almost 50%. Oh, not quite. It's a third, but, well. Go root, go for my keys, they say in the Twitch chat. So, the funny part is there's a lot of people rooting for root. I don't know what I did there. Awesome. Right? They're rooting for root. Hehe. Where? Either way, new replicate is up on Morphling, but TC, they get it here. The problem is TC really, they lost all their momentum, and now, oh my god, they smoke up here, but the morph, yeah, the morph is just getting it. And silence out, Manta out, and replicate. That's exactly what I said before, the Manta. So this is 100 gold down the train. And all of that just to bait a Manta, which is anyway a low cooldown on the Morphling, so they go back for the time being. Roshan is, by the way, back, guys, so Roshan is definitely something we have to think about. Like, this might actually be the game-deciding Roshan, because both teams are interested in it. On paper, Root should, of course, have the dire advantage. Salen is just checking it out, looking if there's someone in there. His ultimate is ready by now, yes, and he's also level 16, and that means 60 seconds cooldown. So let's see how this goes, but just excuse me for 1 second, I actually have to take a nap. This is the downside of solo casts. Like, it feels like you just... Okay, I'm not gonna say what I just wanted to say. It was vulgar as hell. But either way, we're back. Ah, that is good. That is good. Tea for my sore throat. But yeah, it is still about Roshan. Some pings are already coming out, and yep, Tiny is going in. He has... Wait. Yeah, oh, I like that. Tolera, he went for a Vladimir's. Stays in range. Means the Tiny has... Oh, but the problem is now he's in there. Oh, so much damage. The Dazzle is almost exploding instantly. Now the Tiny is silenced, but he's still just right-clicking around. But oh my god, Tubby, that was so unfortunate. He is stuck here in the trees now with all those ultimates. Are they going for the Death Prophet? It's not enough with the shotgun, and there's no replicate out for Lycus. There's the haze. He's gonna be followed. He's silenced. If he wants to, he still has the Manta, but right now he's just gonna save himself in. No, he's not gonna save himself there. No Manta use, no nothing. That was interesting, to be honest. Like, Rasta is still around. Like, if they want to go for Roshan, they might actually find something. But oh, Tolera has been force-stuffed out, but there's the buyback on the morph. This can go either way. Like, morph is coming, pushing out that creep wave, but they want to show presence. They want to show, guys, we are at Roshan. This can happen. But oh, silence here on the Ember, but stun by Sinan. Nice Cox again, but oh, the Mystica Flare is there onto. It does a lot of damage, but oh my god, he's trying to get out there, and the chains is interrupting that TP. Morphling is back in. Oh my god, Wood, what are you doing? At least he got Jay here with the shotgun. We have still no ultimate on the Panda, no nothing. And let's see, there is... I mean, the weave on him, but Salen, he has to be careful though. But Crystalid in the background, the shotgun Still 10 seconds. We have to see Sailing get a lot of damage. It's a bit of a man fight going on here. The replicate didn't get far, so if he wants to replicate out, he can do that now. And strength morphing, so heavily strength morphing, but he's getting stunned because Lincoln's still not online. Lincoln's is online now, and he's actually shotgunning. Oh, really nice Reality. Reality getting so much damage, and he gets him down, but it's for the price of a Skywrath Mage who gets forced in there. The problem is also the morph being down, so 4 people down. Tubby being alone here, he's trying to get Crystallite, now trying to get Jay. Jay also bought back, now Ceiling. He has no ultimate, but of course he has heals in the background, and Tubby, he's just getting kited around now. Nice, beautifully done. He's dodging with the U's, and this is a full team wipe now for Team Root. And is that an opening for Roshan, or is this too soon? There's still JC, and I don't know, they're scouting with the rocket. Sailing has his ultimate again in 10 seconds. There is also, which is of course bad news, there is this exorcism. So with this, maybe they try to sneak these agents. Maybe it's a snatched Aegis. Let's see. Actually, I think they could go in here. Where's the hookshot? Hookshot is in! He snatched the Aegis! He snatched the Aegis! What a player! But he's going down, of course. There is too much going on. But I mean, he snatched at least the Aegis. The funny part is, I think they could have gone for a kill here on Sailing or on a Death Prophet, but they didn't. They didn't really commit. So in the end, they secure only the cheese, but the Aegis is gone, and all that only for the price of a Rasta support. I guess that was worth it. The Roshan unfortunately still goes to TC, so there is their gold and their experience. But well, it's definitely okay. And the Roshan is not on the crafts yet, but everything else is there. 6k experience, it is for Root. Root had almost a 14k lead, and with that last fight, that awkward fight around Roshan, where everybody was like half committed buybacks and diebacks and whatnot, look at it, now it's updated with that Roshan on the list. Here, this was I think the last one. Yes, Jay just killed the Shadow Shaman. So Roshan, everything is updated on this craft. 2k, so from almost 14k to 2k we have a 12k drop, and that entire thing happened in like pretty much in 3 minutes. This is all you need. This is all you need. It's a 4 from back, 43 minutes in, and look at the gold. Like TC, we were talking about TC throwing the game. But from their 5k, almost 7.5k, we had a progression towards 5k on the other side. Now, Root gave that all away. It even goes towards the 2.5k. If they farm quite well here now with the Ancients and everything around, maybe this is really a 7.5k gold turn as well. Like, it's just crazy. This game, as I said, it can go either way, and this fight just showed it. It's just amazing. Now, let's see if TC actually managed to get some sort of snowball going here. I mean, they had a snowball already going. It was enough for all those tower rushes. But after that Root, they just defended. Like, in all those fights, they just did much better trades and everything. But I really thought Root is gonna slowly take over this game with all the farm they got. But yeah, this last fight showed us how fast the game can turn. But it seems like TC is then still more focused on farm. I mean, all their ultimates are up now, like everything would be up. Like, look at all the ultimates. So I really think they should fight again, because Root might be still demoralized from the fight they just took. And let's see, either way, there's a pause that gives me another, a bit more time for another sip of my tea. And the chat is going mad because some people bet on Root, and Root just threw that fight so badly, and therefore, why is Root doing this again? Oh my god! And they're like, oh, this shit game. Guys, this is not a shit game. This is how Dota is. This is how Dota should be. It's going either way. There's so many possibilities, so many drafts, so many heroes, so many outcomes. Like, sometimes a fight in the open goes one way, but then around Roshan with positioning and everything, it goes it goes the other way around. But they actually oh, Sevo, they're just, yeah, I don't know if you guys know the Sevo League. It's also another tournament, but oh my god. They're just flaming this. They're like, oh guys, we got the Sevo game, but fuck this, we're gonna fight this game here. I don't know, maybe they managed to, I don't know, postpone their game. That's always the biggest problem for teams if they go for really long games. On some days they really have like one series after another in different tournaments, different leagues, and unfortunately the leagues, they don't really care about what other leagues are at the same time. But I don't know, in JDL the teams at least have the opportunity to like say, hey guys, we want to play here and there. There's just a general orientation around what time something should happen, but generally it's up to the teams. And I mean, after all, if you play JDL, then both teams must have pretty much committed to it. And what is Morph doing here? He's not going to his Replicate, okay? He's just TPing out. He has BOTs now, of course. He's just going to the other side, keeping up the split push, keeping up the farm. He's still, regardless of all those fights, he is still the leader in net worth. He's still doing fine, 20k. It's all good. The second one, Jay here, is like 5k behind, so I'm happy with what the Morph does here at the moment, and it seems like after the shotgun, he's really going for a heavy carry build. I wouldn't be surprised if we see this Ring of Aquila being replaced by Eye of Skadi pretty much soon, but for now, he's gonna keep that 2.4k for sure. Now, they're interested in the tier 2 top tower. They're not gonna use anything for it, no cooldowns whatsoever. They're even here in the background, but the Morph, of course, the Morph at the same time. Oh, there's the shotgun on the Ember. He's so low, but Remnant away, and now look at all those, a rainbow of rotations coming. They're forcing them back, so this is definitely, yeah, it's good what the Morph is doing there, because TC, they can't go for any other tower there. They can't say hello to the tier 3 high ground, because nope, the Morph would take either Ember kill there or the tier 3 tower, or maybe even both. It's just too risky. So yeah, I definitely like what the Morph is doing here. He doesn't have a Replicate still. Yeah, he needs to get his next Replicate up and get it in proper position. But let's see. I mean, at least the Morph is keeping on applying pressure, and it should all look good. We have to look overall in the items. Is there something new, something big coming out? Like, yep, Wraith King, he upgraded now a bit more into damage. He actually has a Skull Basher, 2k on top of it. He also upgraded, of course, the Maelstrom into a Mjolnir's. He got a lot of money out of that last fight, for example, even though he had really some unfortunate plays this time. We have a heart now on the Death Prophet, so yeah, he's getting more and more tanky, and with that plate mail being picked up, I'm pretty sure we're gonna see a Shivas at like the 50-minute mark, around that time I guess, or a bit later, depending on how much farm he's gonna find. We have, yep, Gaim's now also on the Shadow Shaman, and I don't know, the only really poor guy on the pitch is still the Skywrath Mage. He's not even level 16 yet, to be honest. I really think we could need the upgrade on the Mystic Flare, because it scales pretty nicely. It's 400 damage each ultimate, and with the setups they have, I think it's definitely worth it. Plus maybe the shotgun even amplifying the entire thing. It scales 600,000, 1,400 if I'm not mistaken. We actually have to look that up. Yeah, 600,000, 1,400, and yep. So he definitely needs that level 16. He also has now a Ghost Scepter, so yep. Definitely something against the Panda, against the Ember, unless of course you were talking about chains and stuff, but yeah, also against the Wraith King. If he stuns you and then wants to go for you, just pop in the Ghost Scepter, buying time, trying to survive, trying to get more and more cast off. That's the good thing about Skywrath Mage. Like at the moment, he has a 1,400, almost 1,500 mana pool, which means he can spam a lot. The only downside is, of course, he doesn't have much HP. But now, even more interesting, we have a smoke. It's going two ways at the moment. Wraith King is securing. Oh my god, he's gonna find the Rasta, but the Rasta TPing here on this little hill. In the meantime, we have the Tiny. The Tiny is just gonna die. He's not even moving. He's like, guys, oh damn it, they found me. I'm out. 80 seconds for you in the box. Oh well, no, that's ice hockey. But to the fountain. And yeah, 80 seconds, not part of this game, but I think that's an okay sacrifice. To be honest, I would have preferred the Rasta being dead and the Tiny surviving, because obviously the Tiny still has some slots to fill. He only has a Ganem Scepter, AC, plus, of course, his Blink Dagger. The Blink Dagger as such being the high value item on him, because with that Blink Dagger they found a lot of kills. But since then he's not really progressing too fast, and now this death also doesn't make it better. He has 3.4k, almost 3.5 now ticking in. I don't know, with the AC on him up already, I think Daedalus would be the next option. The problem is if he buys a Crystallis now, he doesn't have enough money for anything else. And if he buys a Demon Edge, it's pretty much the same story. So it's really risky because he needs that buyback. And we're also getting to a very dangerous point for the Morphling, or not even dangerous as such, more the point of oh my god, initiation here, boy, JC, there's a nice stun here on the Ember Spirit, but he's instantly buying back, but Salen, he's dying once. Are they going for more? The rotations are coming. Ember, he's not even close there, but oh my god, there is Tolera. Nice one for this, like, so Salen can't get this up, but now he's going back. Shadow Shaman is actually getting the Dazzle kill, but oh, oops. He's like, oops. There were wards on the way he was retreating, but the fact still stands. Both the supports are going down. I mean, it's not too bad. If you count this together, it is 2 supports dead. The Ember died. The Wraith King died unfortunately only once, so they didn't get the follow-up there. But I mean, the Ember bought back, and this makes it kind of sort of even trade. It's a 2 for 2 in the end with the buyback on TC's side, and with Roshan spawning soon, this might be actually interesting. If we have another all-out fight, the Courier just having like a little glimpse inside the Rosh pit, just seeing if the Roshan is already back, but I don't know, like, it really, this can be a huge problem, because now 5 minutes cooldown on the Ember buyback. If this fight is going all nuts, all out, around the Rosh pit, and the Ember dying without a buyback, that's a big problem. Because the fun part about the Ember is really that you can kill him as Remnant still around the fight, buyback, and he's pretty much back into the entire thing. And then he's doing all his damage, starting again with all the chains, and now even with the Daedalus and whatnot up. Plus he also has the cheese. The funny part is that he also died here again without using the cheese, but this was a perfect stun by the Clockwork. But I don't know, it doesn't seem like they want to go for anything. But now we witness the birth of Roshan. He's coming. Unfortunately, it's a bad animation though. Volvo should make a better animation, like how Roshan is like coming as like a little rock monster and then growing huge and fat and standing in his Rosh pit. That would be quite interesting, but no, he just appears out of nowhere. Doesn't matter. Volvo is not a huge fan of aesthetics anyway. With the Companion we at least get some remodeling. In a way, we have the Morphling here, split pushing again. Of course the Ember is gonna take care of it. No, the Ember is actually not even there with Sleight of Fist. Now a waveform out, we've being used. And to be honest, this might be actually an interesting opening. Now the Morph, I mean, he's definitely getting out of it, but Roshan being back, if they want to, they can go for it, because TC, it takes them ages now to reply on this, like answer this aggression on Roshan. Giving Roshan away, of course, a bad idea, because this is also a cheese Roshan. This would be a Aegis on the Tiny, that would be a cheese on the Morphling. This is definitely interesting. This is very interesting. Roshan, yeah, absolutely uncontested, and the funny thing is, they do it the other way around. Okay, I didn't expect this one. I actually thought the Morphling is gonna get the cheese, because it's very likely that he survives with all his strength morph, and the Tiny might not get the cheese off because he's stunned whatsoever. But okay, they do it the other way around. Doesn't matter. In the end, the Morphling, look at the Morphling's farm. He replaced that Aquila now, of course, with the Eye of Skadi. The 6th slot is now filled with the Aegis. He's ready for everything that's there to come. The Tiny, actually, he saved his money. He saved his money. He did not buy a Crystallis. So there's nothing like this coming. And someone is saying, what the fuck, why so lag? Trust me, it's not lagging here. It is for you, but oh, the fight is already breaking loose. Sailing here, he is, oh my god, he's in the wards. There's the Mystical Flare, but he doesn't get it through. Then again, here we have a fight, but Jay being really low. Now the H is being popped. The Morph actually went down. Sailing, he has to take care. He's down. If he goes down the second time, that would be, of course, bad. Now, maybe they go for the Panda, but oh my god, Lycus is here. He doesn't have anything. He has to get out of there, but he's dying the second time. This is a really bad fight, but at least Satan is dying now. Ember Spirit being in there, being hexed. This is really interesting. Do they get the Ember? But no, he gets the cheese through. But there, he's stunned, he's tossed, and this is definitely enough. There is a buyback on the Morph. He's TPing in. Jay would be, of course, an interesting target. JC here, super low HP. I guess he wants to die. I don't know. There's the shotgun, but he doesn't get the kill quite yet. But the Avalanche Oh, still stalling sometime. He's trying to TP out, but the TP, of course, interrupted by the assault. He's actually no, he's not getting out the rocket. The rocket is actually getting this damn kill. 648 gold just for him, and woo, what a fight. But in the end, no buybacks, no buybacks. That's the big problem. This buyback on the Ember, which I was already talking about, this is also the reason why they didn't went for the Roshan. But now, he still has 1 minute, and they rotate in the mid. The funny thing is they're all really low HP, but there's nothing really the others could do because the Morphling is still too dangerous. Morphling at the same time going for the top tower, getting that as well. Tier 2 tower in the mid is falling now. They're working here on the range Rex, and there's still Jay. He can't really do anything. Ranged melee Rex is down, and in the mid, do we have Tubby working already for it? No, DK is coming in, but he's using the BKB. He's just going for it, and maybe now he turns around on DK, but there's the Shallow Grave. The Shallow Grave just buying some time, but JC maybe coming in, maybe with the other shock. No, he's just hexing Crystalid here, and now Crystalid, there's a toss. There's maybe a crit. Where's the crit? Where are the crits? There was actually a crit, but he's still quite tanky. The problem is, mega creeps are up, and Root is gonna take the second game. Just one fight, just one guy not having buyback. Like, I actually thought Root is gonna lose this. I actually thought when this fight was starting and the Morphling dying once, then after the H's twice, I actually thought this is over. I thought this is TC's fight and maybe a counter push then. But how they somehow managed to survive, even the Ember, I don't know, using cheese and still dying afterwards because he couldn't do anything against Tiny's damage, that was just nuts. This was a crazy fight. Either way, I'm really happy that you guys stayed around. It's over. It was a very long day for us here. Like, it's, oh my god, it's almost 5 AM here in Europe. It's time to sleep because the next games are soon up. We have Gigabyte coming, we have JDL, more games coming. All the news will be, of course, on Facebook and Twitter, so follow us there if you want to know when HeflaTV is going online with either of their channels, may it be HeflaMog, HeflaTV 1, 2, or even one of the other languages, our German or Romanian channels, 3 to 6. Either way, my name is HeflaMog, and I hope you really enjoyed it. Sorry again for the overlay fuck up in the first game. Usually that doesn't happen because, yeah, we're casting thousands of games and the experience should be there, but you know how it is. Either way, I hope you enjoyed it. The VODs are gonna be uploaded pretty much soon on our YouTube, so also subscribe there. You're also gonna find all the Gigabyte games from today. If you have a favorite team, favorite caster, whatsoever, you can check it out there. As I said, every subscribe, every follow, like, view, click, everything helps us to keep doing what we are doing. So I thank you all for coming, and I say see ya soon. HeflaMog out.